Come have fun with us and don't forget to subscribe.
What's up everybody, I'm Rick.
And I'm Anna, and welcome to our review of the 1937 movie 100 Men and a Girl. For those of you who are new here, hi and welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to have fun with us. This channel is dedicated to Rick and mine bucket list of goals and dreams that we hope to accomplish in our lifetimes. And one of those goals is for us to watch every movie that was nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards from 1927 to 2028. To this day, we have watched 84 movies as part of this goal, the latest of which, 100 Men and a Girl, we will be talking about today.
Indeed.
Based on a story by Hans Kraly, this Universal Pictures film was released on September 5th, 1937. The movie tells the story of the daughter of a struggling musician who forms a symphony orchestra made up of her father's unemployed friends, and through persistence, charm, and a few misunderstandings, is able to get Leopold Stokowski to lead them in a concert that leads to a radio contract.
You only need that one break,
Right.
one shot, one opportunity. Eminem, lose yourself.
So I think the synopsis pretty much sums up what this movie is about. What did you think about it?
You know, this movie is delightful. It's very different from the movies we've been watching so far. Maybe more similar to The Awful Truth in terms of tone, not a comedy, but we've been watching a lot of serious and sometimes questionable movies for this year. And so it was nice to have a little easygoing movie of a little girl running around singing and, doing funny stuff.
Right.
I enjoyed myself.
I have to say one thing that I really enjoyed about this movie is the balance between a very harsh truth, which is
The unemployed.
the unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they put a very, like you said, a lighthearted tone on it and with a very satisfying outcome, let's say.
And the comedy works, we've talked ad nauseum about how it's hard, especially for comedies of the time, to have impact today. Even right now when you watch a comedic movie, sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on your affinity with certain types of comedies. But it's even harder for something that was made, 70 years prior.
Yeah.
And to watch it and be like, oh, this is still funny.
But this is.
Yeah.
This one is. So. And I think that one element that makes this movie work so well, really, is the musical pieces in it. Other than the fact that they're really well done, in my opinion, I think they're better woven into the story than we've seen in other musicals before.
I was thinking about exactly that, and especially because of the main actress we have here that we saw in Three Smart Girls. And in that movie, she sings a lot too. And it feels like a lot of time it's out of nowhere. She's just like, hey, I know how to sing, so let me sing a whole song. And you're like, why are you doing this right now? But here, it's woven into the story in a better way because this is a story about music mainly. And so it's not surprising whenever people ask her to sing or whenever she just starts singing.
But also when she does start singing, it serves a purpose.
Yeah.
More than we've seen in the previous movie, but also in other musicals before. Like, it serves a purpose in the story that she can sing.
Because this is still not a musical, like musical we're used to now, where instead of talking, we're singing and nobody's paying mind to the fact that we're singing. This is our talking. This is a musical like we've seen a lot of, where the song is a song. And the people inside the movie know it's a song.
Yeah, right. Like, they know that they're singing. That's not part of their conversation.
Exactly.
And speaking of the musical part of this movie, I have some interesting information about that. So how about we move on to the trivia section?
Sure.
First off, the movie was directed by Henry Koster, whom we know of because he was also the director of Three Smart Girls.
Of course.
Another musical, and a musical featuring the same main actress as this movie, namely Dina Durbin, who in this movie portrays Patricia Cardwell. Some interesting information here about Dina Durbin. Looking up reviews about this movie and, what other critics at the time and in the present said about her, they kept calling her a child actor. And I thought maybe, she got into filming as a child. But looking back, this seems to be her second movie, the first one being Three Smart Girls, which was only done 1 year prior. And so I became curious about what age she was when she filmed this movie. She was 15 when
Yeah.
she made this movie. You thought so?
Yeah.
I did not think that she was a teenager. I was sure she would be around like 19 or 20. She
No,
doesn't
but
look like a teenager
in
to
Three
me.
Small Girls, she looked even younger than that.
Yeah, no, I don't. I can't see a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old in these movies.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because the way she's dressed or something. But yeah, I was quite surprised. I mean, especially because of her musical parts, which require a lot of talent and training.
Yeah, she's quite young to be singing like that. That's
Exactly.
for sure. But I think the look of it, I thought she was a teenager for sure.
Okay, no, it surprised me. So we have seen her in another musical before, and I did have the feeling while watching the movie that she was better here in terms of musical performance. Did you have that feeling?
I had the feeling that the sound mixing was better.
Okay, I
'Cause
guess that's also
if you
something.
remember in Three Small Girls, you could like hear the track taking over,
Yeah.
the recorded track taking over, and then you're like, oh wow, this is two very different soundtrack that they didn't mix very well. And here, of course, the song all pre-recorded also, but it's smooth, a bit more smooth in terms of transition.
But also in terms of her performance, in my opinion, she performed better. And there is a reason for that. For this movie especially, and especially for the one time when she plays Ave Maria, she had a professional opera level voice coach to help her prepare for
the
this
role?
movie, for the role. Yes, exactly. So she put a lot of effort into it, and I feel like it paid off. The results
Yeah,
are
definitely. No, she's good.
visible. Yeah. The movie also stars Adolphe Manjou as John Cardwell, whom we've seen before in the movies A Farewell to Arms and The Front Page. He's the father of the girl, the main
Patricia.
character.
Yeah.
What did you think of his performance?
I thought it was pretty good. He's the one who has to play with the most emotional range, I feel. At the beginning, being sad by the fact that he has no job, can't find a job, keeps getting rejected, has to lie to his daughter about the money that he found. Of this, even in a comedic movie, you could feel through him mainly the harshness of the situation that they were living in, the economic situation. Especially there's that one scene when he talks to one of the musician from the orchestra,
Yeah.
who tells him after everything seems to have fallen apart, it was fun for the few minutes it lasted.
Yeah, while it lasted. That was one of the saddest lines probably in this
In the movie, yeah.
And when I said in the beginning that I like this balance between, harsh reality and the comedy, he's the one who brings in the harsh reality. Him and his friends, the other musicians, who are dealing with this very difficult situation of being unemployed.
Yeah. Because even though Patricia's character is often sad about the fact that, they can't make it, they don't have money, etc., it does seem like she's not living in reality, because she's running around pushing for these things that everyone looks at her and thinks this is not realistic. And I guess that's why it works. The mind of a child is not constrained by the same blockings that an adult would put. She doesn't mind asking some rich people, can you sponsor our
orchestra?
made-up
Yeah,
orchestra?
Exactly. A grown-up wouldn't do that,
Yeah.
You would think, why? How could I ask that? Why would they do it? But she doesn't care. She'll just go and ask the question.
To her, it's simple, we have an
Yeah.
orchestra, you have money, you're gonna sponsor us, right? And when you say you're gonna do it, I don't think you're just humoring me. I really believe you.
Yeah, but at the same time, when that promise is broken, she is devastated. Whereas her father
It kind of
understands
just, yeah.
that, no, this is how it happens, These probably situations like this are what brought all of us here to this situation of being unemployed.
Yeah.
So
Being told like, oh, maybe we'll have something for you next time, or talk to my manager, and then nothing happens. They're used to being heartbroken, having the carrot tangled in front of them for a minute and then taken away.
the movie also stars Leopold Stokowski playing himself.
I didn't know he was a real person.
He was a real person, not only that, he was a real orchestra conductor.
Yeah, I assumed as soon as you figured out that he's real, then.
Yeah, it's very interesting because, we don't see that very often, not even today in movies. Celebrities other than actors starring in movies as themselves. It doesn't
You
happen.
see it sometimes.
You see sometimes, yeah, but it's not that often. So I was really impressed to see that. So I have a little interesting information about him and the role that he played in the making of this movie. So first off, as I said, he was a real life orchestra conductor. He was the conductor of the Philadelphia Orchestra up until 1938, so 1 year after the movie was made. He was their conductor. He used his own orchestra to record the songs for the movie.
Oh, right.
But the orchestra was based in Philadelphia, so the people that we see in the movie are not his orchestra. They were just playing, mimicking, while the sound that we hear, the songs that we hear, are the ones recorded by his orchestra. And the effort that was put into this movie, I feel, paid off because it was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. It was, of course, nominated for Best Picture, or as it was known back then, Outstanding Production. Also nominated for Best Writing Original Story for Hans Krali. Nominated for Best Sound Recording for Homer G. Tasker. Best Film Editing for Bernard W. Burton. And Best Music Score for Charles Previn, which it also won.
Oh, so one award?
One award, yes. One win out of 5 nominations.
Best music score is a good award for that movie, a movie that's so focused on the music.
And not only that, but I feel also very powerful songs. If we think in terms of the role that the songs played in the movie, if you think of that scene with the orchestra in the conductor's home.
Yeah.
That's a very powerful scene, and the music
that goes with it,
makes it that much more powerful. It's a very emotional, and it works very well together.
Definitely.
That is it for the information that I had about the movie. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about?
No, this is a simple movie. It is short.
Yeah.
This is less than an hour and a half. You're in and out. The story is, as the synopsis says, there's nothing else there to scratch for deeper meaning. It's simple but fun, and entertaining.
Well, if anything, I want to say when we finished watching the movie, I was actually surprised that it was over. Somehow I had the feeling that there had to be another, last obstacle before they actually achieved their goal, and it didn't come.
I find it funny that the wife never came back. The wife who promised
true.
sponsor,
she was never even part of
seen again,
it anymore. Yeah, exactly. I guess that speaks to the easiness with which people of that level handle any money-related issues.
Yeah,
it was so easy for her to make a promise and then, it doesn't matter, I'm going to Europe, bye-bye. It doesn't hold the same meaning to her.
I think it's more that she was humoring her, she wasn't that serious about it. She had a couple of drinks, she was having fun with her friend. I'm sure if 2 weeks later she was reminded that she made that promise, she would have been like, wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
An orchestra what?
So, that being said, would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, I'd recommend this movie. It's a fun movie to watch and to listen to. So,
I definitely will recommend it too. And, as you said, it's not a long movie. It's very easy to watch, and it does give you a good feeling at the end of it.
It's entertaining. So, feel good movie.
So, I guess that is it for the review. Let us now move on to the ranking. As you all probably already know, every year we are ranking all the movies that were nominated for Best Picture for that year, according to our likings and preferences, of course. And the ranking for the year 1937 as of now is at number 6, The Awful Truth, at number 5, In Old Chicago, at number 4, The Good Earth, at number 3, Dead End, at number 2, Captain's Courageous, and at number 1, Lost Horizon. Where would you put this movie on this list?
This is hard. This one's hard. Above Awful Truth, above
For sure.
In Old Chicago, and then I don't know. What do you say?
What do I say? You know what? Again, we are coming back to the same topic. The Good Earth is a very difficult movie to establish where it should be on this list. The thing is that while 100 Men and a Girl comes better together as a movie, it has a very, straightforward kind of story. The characters all work. The story works very well. It's simple.
Yeah.
The Good Earth is so complex. It's
trying. It's trying something.
Exactly.
Some things that it tried to do, it shouldn't have, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. And it's also that despite its faults, it is not a bad movie.
The Good Earth.
The Good Earth, yes.
But this is not a bad movie either.
This is not exactly. This is not a bad movie either, and it doesn't have as many faults. It just
it's just
much
easy,
simpler. Yeah. And I mean, thinking about it, I definitely wouldn't put it any higher than that, like above Dead End. So the question really is, should it be above or below The Good Earth?
You know what? I guess we had that conversation maybe with Old Chicago too. I had to tell someone to watch one of these two movies. I would probably tell them to watch The Good Earth.
Probably, yes. Still,
it tries so much more,
Yeah.
Like if you, and it's hard to ignore, but if you put aside the whitewashing,
if you put that aside, that movie would have
it would be higher on the
would
list.
be much higher on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you put aside the whitewashing, all these other elements are great.
Yeah.
The cinematography, the set design, the story. But then they decided to put Paul Muni and a Chinese makeup.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to put it below.
Below The Good Earth. I don't feel that strongly about it, but I would put it below The Good Earth. But if you want to put it above, let's go. This was a fun movie. I don't mind rewarding it.
The thing is that I don't want to go about it from a point of view of, we should punish this type of...
this movie for not trying to be something that it wasn't trying to be,
Yeah, exactly. Like, this movie didn't try to be some epic story of drama and whatnot,
You know what? You're right. I'm switching my gun here.
I feel like for what it wanted to be, it did better.
What it tried to achieve, it achieves nearly perfectly.
Yeah.
While what The Good Earth tried to achieve, there's a huge stumbling block on that road.
Yes.
And so no, this goes above The Good Earth.
Yeah, I was kind of going for that. So yeah, I think that is it then.
Yeah.
Our new ranking for the 1937 Academy Awards Best Picture nominees as of now and according to our likings and preferences is at number 7, The Awful Truth, at number 6, In Old Chicago, at number 5, The Good Earth, at number 4, 100 Men and a Girl, at number 3, Dead End, at number 2, Captains Courageous, and at number 1, Lost Horizon.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this choice that we made. I think this is a good choice here.
Frankly speaking, and I knew I could have never made that argument in all seriousness, I enjoyed this movie more than I enjoyed the Dead End. But
you did?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is a very enjoyable movie. Yeah. Definitely worth watching it, but yeah.
I don't think we would have put it above. I'm fine with it the way it is now.
So that was it for our review of the 1937 movie 100 Men and a Girl. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed our video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to watch more videos of ours, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, which, don't forget, also is not just about watching movies or reviewing movies. It's a bucket list channel, and we have so many different goals and dreams, things like traveling and learning new things and watching anime and playing games. And we're making videos about all of them and bringing them all to you. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow us to our adventures. Also, don't forget, if you yourself have a goal or a dream that you want to accomplish, take that first step.
Bye!